Hey folks, Marty up north again. Hope everyone's doing well. Check it out. Just got another parcel in the mail. I love this part of my little adventure, my little project. Getting some cool stuff from companies to review. Now I know what this is. It's another product from ThruNite. So I have another video where I reviewed one of their LED flashlights. I love that thing. You know, I've been quoted on some videos saying that I don't bring flashlights with me on trails. That's because in the summer months I get so much daylight that I really don't need it. You know, the sun goes down at midnight. But I did a hike this winter, and winters in Alberta are quite the opposite. You know, the sun goes down at 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon, and then doesn't get up until 8 or 9. So that's a very long period in the dark. So I was so impressed with the first product, and I did a nice review, and these guys agreed to send me another product. So just doing an opening right now, an unboxing, but wow. This thing looks amazing already. Just quickly, this is a headlamp. So I just wanted to do the quick unboxing right now, and this headlamp I'll do more. Actually, the reason I was in a hurry to unbox it is because I'm heading out this weekend with my son to go to a place called Landslide Lake. So and it's still early April, so this is going to come in handy. So I don't have the specs on this right now, but I just wanted to quickly open the box and show what's in the box. So it's a headlamp with a head strap, and similar to the flashlight, I'm sure it's got multiple settings. I'll have to read up on this one. So the model is the model TH10. So, but this time, really pumped. They sent a much more complete package. So this package has a I would say a high capacity lithium ion battery. Let me see what this is. Yeah, it's a high discharge. It's a lithium ion battery, and something to go on the hip. Oh, I'm guessing this is the, this is the charger with a USB port. Actually, I'm guessing the charger actually between the charger and the battery. Yeah, that's it. We'll have to review this. I'll review this properly, but the charger and the battery probably doubles as an additional power source. So that's going to be handy if I bring a well, actually just around the house, you know, for recharging the cell phone. Anyway, so here we have it. Just the step one of this review. Looks like a belt carrier, a charger, a battery, some spare O-rings, and the headlamp, and some instructions. Alright, so step one before we can use this weekend, I guess, is to charge it. So it's a pretty straightforward charger. It's got an LED that shows charging and full, and this is adaptable, so obviously it's sized for different size batteries that ThruNite makes. The battery that they sent today is a 3400 milliamp hour battery. That's 3.6 volts, so that's a lot of juice. So I have a feeling with this thing that the light will stay on a long time. I'll read on the specs later, and I'll give you a comment on that. Step one is insert the battery, so that's pretty straightforward. Then it came with a USB cable, so I have a USB charger right on my counter here, and put it in this way. So right now it's charging, so we'll let it charge for a little while, and then we'll use it in the in the light. And actually, quickly reading, I know that if I disconnect it, now I actually have a USB power source, and actually the cable, I can, so if I plug it this way, I can charge, or I can use this as a power source for something that requires a micro USB. And I'm pretty certain, I'll test this later, but I'm pretty certain that if I plug it in here, I'll be able to use it as a power source for something that uses a normal USB. So right now I'm just going to leave it in charging, and actually I'm going to read off on the specs. According to this, it's an intelligent battery charger. It'll figure out if the battery is in backwards. So really nice unit. Like I said, I'm really impressed with the other flashlight that I have by these guys, and this headband is fully adjustable. So we'll take it hiking. I'll videotape what it looks like when it's on somebody's head and we're using it. They sent a spare carrier, so this unit here, so if somehow or other that was to get damaged, there's a spare one that came with the box, which is good. And in the box they also sent a couple of O-rings. We'll figure out where they go. And there's a switch on top. I'll go through the modes once I put a battery in it. But like the other light that I have, there's a, you can cycle through different modes with this thing. There's a Firefly mode, which is a very low light intensity that lasts for days. I think in this case, on the Firefly mode, it's good. It's 0.2 lumens, so it's next to nothing. It's good for 65 days. Then there's a low, medium, and a high mode. There's even a turbo on this thing. And then there's an SOS mode. So it's high-grade aluminum, very well built. It's actually 132 grams, so it's not light, I'll tell you that, but beautiful unit. Okay, so I got the battery charged enough to keep doing this video. It's a 3400 milliamp battery, so that's a lot of energy. Just to put it into perspective, here's a normal AA battery, and a AA battery, I believe, is typically about 1800 milliamp hours, so this is quite a bit of capacity. So let's put it inside the unit. That must be where the O-rings go, so I got an extra O-ring, so there's an O-ring right there. Okay, polarity, if I look down in there, both ends look identical. Polarity should not matter in this thing. Polarity matters when you got a motor that's got to cycle in a certain direction. So there you go, there you have it. Beautiful unit, and high grade aluminum, good coating on it, beautiful headband, adjustable at the front, adjustable at the rear. So we'll use that. You'll see in the video myself or my son using this. Only one switch, so fairly straightforward. If you hit the switch and turn it on, actually while it's off, there you go. Whoop. So you can't see it. Well, yeah, so this is what they call the Firefly mode. So Firefly mode is good for about 65 days, so it's 0.2 lumen. Once it's in Firefly mode, now I've turned it off. While it's turned off, if I hold the switch, there you go, now it's in. When I went off and I double clicked, it put it into a very high beam, or what they call a turbo mode, and if I double click now, it'll go into SOS mode. There it is. Interesting. So you could leave that on the ground flashing your SOS. Now I'm going to turn it off, and once it's off, if you do a long press, now it's cycling through the different modes. So this is low mode, medium, high, low, medium, high. So if I want to go back to the turbo mode, I have to turn it off and turn it back on. So now I'm in turbo mode. So later on when it's dark, I'll go outside and I'll shine this on a surface. I'll shine it on a garage door outside at night, and you'll see the different modes. But simple operation, very nice unit. This is a different view, a close-up view of the charger. Now the charger came with carrier, or a belt clip I would call it. Just makes a nice compact unit. Got a place to plug it in. So if you had a device that requires micro USB, or the other way around, there you go. So you can I'll show this outside, but you can strap this to your belt, and you got a carrier for the source, the charger. Alright, so the charger, actually the charger came with a nice little carrying case. You can put it on your belt or put it on something. So the charger came with a nice case. But the interesting thing, like I said earlier, is that the charger actually, if you leave the battery in it, acts as a power source. I'm just going to test that right now. So I'm going to connect my lightning cable into the USB here, and now I'm going to plug it into my phone. And sure enough, there's the icon. Whoops. Can you see the icon? I don't. Just there. It is charging, so that's cool. That's 3,400 milliamp hours of power. I'm not sure how much a phone takes, but I suspect a battery that size looks bigger than the one in this phone. So with fully charged, bringing this up, it acts as a really good backup power supply. So that's all I wanted to show. It's actually tough to test flashlights out here in Alberta because it doesn't get dark at night or till very late in the summer. So it's April 16th today, and it's right now it's 9:42 and the sun's gone down, but there's still almost a full moon. So and I'm actually holding the original ThruNite little flashlight that they sent me. It's still a fantastic flashlight, and on my head right now is this headlamp that I've been testing for on this trip. I'm not on the hike was last weekend. I'm just at home right now. I want to do a test. I'm standing in front of my shop here, and I got a white door in my shop, so we're going to test the intensity of this beam. A couple of things. Okay, so let me cycle through it. 1, 2. So this is on low setting. I don't know. I'll turn. I don't know if can you see it, Nick?
Yeah.
Can you see a
Yep.
beam on the light on the door? And I'm standing about 16 feet. Let's stand back a little bit more. I'm standing about, what do you think there? I'm standing about 30 feet away from the door. And actually on the low setting right now, if I had to hike with this, I can see the whole door perfectly. I'm going to cycle it. Wow, this is the middle setting, and can you see the trailer over there? I don't know if it shows up in the probably doesn't show, but are you so on the door now? I can really see the door. I'm going to go to so I mean, are you shining on the door, Nick? Shine on the door. So cycle through low, medium, high. Low, So on low it's handy. You know, if I'm close here and I'm looking down at the gravel and I was trying to find something in the gravel, you can see it on low. Medium is good. Well, it's better than good. And high is back to 30 feet. So high is really amazing. Now this thing has, if I double click now, I'm going to go to turbo mode. Hang on, I got to turn it off first. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the SOS mode. And that's turbo mode. Holy smoke. How's the trailer look in turbo mode? Can you see it in the camera?
Yep.
You can see the trailer in the camera? I'm just shining it on my son here. It's bright, isn't it?
I can't see anything.
No, it's insane. Okay, so, wow. This is the original light, and you can't, this is the small ThruNite light that they sent me 6 months ago. And on high intensity right now, and I thought this was a great light. You know, I'm flashing it on myself right now. This is a great light. It's very lightweight. I still like it, and I've been taking it on trips ever since I've gotten it. And until now, I always thought it was a great light. Look at it on the beam on the wall. Now I'm going to turn on the headlamp. Wow. The headlamp is just cranking out some serious luminescence here. So conclusion is that...
Turn your headlamp off.
You want me to turn off the headlamp? Sorry guys, this video is probably confusing. Everybody's like, turn on the lights, turn them off. I'm not an expert at reviewing lights, but I can tell you right now that this headlamp, I have one that I had before that had three little LEDs and it didn't shine a lot of light. This is the first lamp I've ever had where I think I could honestly, it's got, you know, 60 hours of power of light at medium power. I could hike out at night. If I was in trouble, I could hike out at night with this thing. That is just how amazing this thing is. And I was worried that it weighed a bit. It weighs, when you're carrying it in your pack, it's 130 ounces or grams or whatever I weighed it at the beginning of the video, but on your head you really don't feel it. And compared to holding something in your hands, or you know, I've held these things in my mouth while I'm working. There's no comparison. You forget that you have it on your head, and when you're walking around and doing work, I used it on the video on the hike this weekend when I was hanging up the food up in the bear pole at the end of the day, and it's all good. Holy cow. So Jesus, this is like broad daylight with this headlamp. Can you imagine? Look at that. Anything I look at. This is low, kind of medium. There. Takes a little getting used to the controls on it because it has a memory. It goes back to where you left it off. But which way do we come up? This way? No. You sure? Yeah. It's like walking in broad daylight. This thing is powerful. Wow. I can see like, wow, you could hike with this thing.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah, no problem.
But it'd be cold as
Here,
shit.
stand in front of me.
Look at my shadow.
Wow. So that's probably on, that's not even on turbo power. Wow. Ah! Oh, you moron. This is on turbo power. Look at how powerful this thing is. It is pitch black. Hang on, I'm gonna, here's the bag. Finished eating what's in your, this is with the light on, and I'm gonna turn it off. Hang on. can't see anything. Wow.
Oh, I screwed it the wrong way.
Still hanging. All right, so this pretty much concludes the video. I realized as I was editing that there's one last thing I didn't do. I didn't show what it looks like while you're wearing it. So it's actually quite comfortable. Like I said, it's at the beginning, it's 134 grams. Hey, Tika, that's my dog just barking over there. She wants to be part of the video. But so it's comfortable when you're working. Like I said, I don't carry a lot of flashlights because the days are very long here. But in the winter, it becomes handy. But the flashlights are so good. And I didn't carry flashlights before because the battery life just wasn't there. It didn't last. But now with these LEDs, the battery life is long. So it's worth carrying it. And I was carrying small pen lights, but now this is a whole new level of sophistication and handiness. So it sits on your head and it's very handy, and you got your hands free. And you saw in the video when I was hanging the bear bag up the pole, I can light up the whole area, and it's a very useful. I could hike out if necessary with the amount of light that this thing produces. So hope you enjoy this little review. And another thing, one last comment is that reviewing is not something I normally do, and I'm not going to review a lot of products. I want my channel to focus on outdoor activity, but I am reviewing a couple of things, so I would not review something that I didn't stand behind. And this headlamp by ThruNite is absolutely worth the price. It's a good product.